Thanks for joining a couple of 90s kids. You're listening to Stuck in My Generation. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. Yeah.
Not everybody has a body like me.
Oh, gotta think twice. Stuck on halfway. Yeah. The DJ part's the best part.
Yeah.
So, if you couldn't tell already, it's Limp Bizkit night at the Stuck in My Generation Studio Shack.
That's right.
Yeah, it is. We listened to all of it. Why did we do this, Hicks? Do you recall why we decided to dive into a deep pile of biscuit?
I don't know. I would probably guess because of the recent Lollapalooza.
I think that is the reason. I think that's what we attribute this to.
And man, that was good.
It was good shit. But I went on record as saying they're good in concert because I saw them and was shocked. So,
what year was that?
Oh man, I just looked that up the other day. It was a summer sanitarium tour.
Yeah.
Let's see, Metallica. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't look it up.
Look
Sanitarium tour. I think it was after 2000. Mm-hmm. Summer of 2000. So it was the a second edition was held during the summer of 2003.
Okay.
What was the lineup in 2000 and what was the lineup? Okay, 2000. Okay, so it was 2003 because 2000 was Korn, Kid Rock, Power Man 5000, and System of a Down.
Okay,
but
System of a Down.
System of a Down would have been cool. I've seen them though as well at Ozfest, so I got to sit through a lot of other shit.
Yeah.
Korn, I would have sliced my throat. Well, maybe not in 2000. 2000, I might have been okay with Korn a little bit.
Yeah.
Kid Rock, there was never a point where I would have been okay with that show.
Yeah.
Half his band has COVID now, and he's cussing about that. Like, I'd still do it if they'd let me. Like, okay, Kid
really?
Rock, you fucking tough ass.
Yeah.
Power Man 5000, that was a joke. You remember them?
Was that like Rob Zombie's brother?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
That was just terrible shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Power Man 5000 that's
a bad name.
That's a pretty bad name.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like you just it
You're
would
just
been
asking for it.
Yeah, and it's like if they would have made something good, you'd be like, "Holy shit, Power Man 5000 makes good music." But no, that alas, that was not the case.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen
at all.
I've never seen anybody rocking a Power Man 5000 t-shirt.
I have not either. Not even Rob Zombie.
Not even Rob Zombie's mom.
No.
Mom's
No.
like,
I don't wear that shit. Give me a white zombie shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2003. Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Deftones, Mudvayne. That was definitely the show. That was the one.
Okay, good.
I was at
Good
that
deal.
one. Good stuff. Good times. But so our experience with Limp Bizkit. What's your experience before we did this episode, Hicks?
I actually bought this first album. Went into a local music store without hearing this album. The very first album, the cover art kind of got my interest, and the cover of Faith. I thought this album cover art kind of contradicts the cover song Faith. So
Yeah.
I thought, I want to see what these guys are about.
Yeah.
And the name kind of interested me. Was
Yeah.
interesting. I can't fucking talk.
All you got to do is say, yeah.
Yeah, I can't talk tonight. I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
Well, we're talking about Limp Bizkit, so it's going to go hand in hand.
That's right.
Fine.
So I thought, I want to see what this band's about. And a lot of my buddies gave me shit about it. Oh, you bought a Limp Bizkit CD? That sounds
I bought it.
stupid. And then like 3 weeks later, they were all rocking out to it.
Red cap backwards.
And I was like, you guys aren't up on this shit.
That's
You
right.
just give me a hard time
That's
because
right.
you don't know about it.
I know my shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had the first album. I actually wore it out. I really enjoyed that first album. And I want to save some stuff for the discussion. But man, back to that Lollapalooza the concert. Man, that was really good.
Fun.
I bet I watched that 6 times.
Yeah.
I bet. Or just had it playing in the background. I'm more interested in I thought Fred Durst was a little bit more, I don't want to say mature.
I mean, the dad look would suggest that.
That would suggest that.
Besides that, his demeanor did seem more mature, but at the same time, motherfucker's like 51.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah, he should be. He should be. He didn't seem as douchey.
No.
Is what I thought.
Yeah.
It was a really good concert, and that kind of pulled me back in a little bit just because I was kind of in a rut with what I've been listening to lately.
I am right now.
And yeah, I am too, but I want to say this. I am not a fan of the nookie / frat boy rock Fred Durst.
No. Or in general.
I'm not
frat boy rock.
I'm not a big fan of that shit.
No.
But the way that he was steering that crowd in that recent concert, I mean, I really dug it. I really enjoyed it.
That's one of those things they do well. They're an entertaining act.
Yeah, I think Fred Durst I think he's smart.
Yeah.
Do I think he's a good songwriter? No. I think there are some catchy hooks with a lot of garbage in between those catchy hooks. Some of the stuff is kind of embarrassing, but we'll get into that. And Wes Borland. I mean, it's kind of what a weird combination.
It doesn't make sense.
No, but I like it just because Fred's not like, Wes, you have to wear Adidas jumpsuit and a hat on backwards to go with the flow.
Right.
Fred's like, Wes, you do your shit.
Yeah.
And Wes is like, Fred, you do your shit.
And Fred's like, I fucking will.
Yeah, and this is a good band. I mean, they had some decent grooves. It's not a real technical.
No, it's not a real technical
thing.
And
even Wes Borland makes fun of the Limp Bizkit grooves. I heard him in an interview saying, it's just not hard to play.
No.
Anybody can play this shit.
For Wes.
Yeah.
For Wes. I got to say, I think it's John Otto is the drummer.
Okay.
Right? I believe. I think that John Otto.
You're right.
I think he sounds really good.
Man, he's good.
My bad. We didn't have any sound there. Sound is on the live stream. We had it on the recording, but not the live stream. It's doing that crap again. Okay. But anyways, yeah, John Otto, I think he's a fairly solid drummer.
It's good shit.
I mean, he seems to be, good drums. The DJ don't seem half bad. I'm going to throw this out right now. And this is our favorite guy from this band, and then we'll start talking albums and what our hope is to get out of this podcast about Limp Bizkit. But Wes Borland is considered to be kind of I've seen him called legendary.
Really? Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
I love the guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I like him a lot, and I like the sounds that he makes with his guitar.
Sure.
But since Limp Bizkit holds him back as a musician, I have no idea how good of a guitar player that he is.
That's a very good observation.
I have no clue how good he is.
Right.
Because he doesn't play anything technical.
Right.
That would be like a next tier kind of level.
Yeah.
I have no idea how good of a guitarist he really is, because with Limp Bizkit, it's like, it's just power chords. It's just heavy power chords.
Yeah.
Some weird sounds that he makes that's kind of original, kind of Tom Morello like weird stuff that he does.
Well, I heard him say in an interview before they had a DJ, he took it upon himself to place those fillers in,
right,
instead of a DJ with his guitar, making those funky noises and stuff.
I mean, obviously he's talented.
Yeah,
I don't know how talented. I don't really know.
Yeah, I did hear in a recent interview he was talking about your boy Yingwei. And he said,
Yingwei knows,
he said, I'm not a technical player like that. He said, I can't do that.
Huh.
And I thought it was kind of cool that I don't know.
I bet he does. I bet he also doesn't give himself enough credit, though.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I bet he doesn't either. But I've in some of the concert footage I've watched, he'll throw in a few different riffs in there. I've heard
right
Ministry riffs. I've heard old ass Metallica riffs.
Yep.
And it's kind of neat. And
Guns N' Roses.
I'll tell you another good thing about that I thought was neat about some of the concert footage was he would lead the song. Fred would be, talking or some shit, and Wes Borland would just start the song. He would just start playing a riff.
Right.
And the band would just kick in. And I thought that was really neat. It's just like a band's own language,
Right.
They know they're talking without talking. I've seen that with the Black Keys. I've seen that with Keith Richards and rest in peace Charlie Watts.
Oh man,
that sucked. I hate to go off subject. But
no, my wife's devastated. My wife and her best friend had just bought tickets to go see the Stones.
Oh no shit!
In Nashville.
No shit.
Traveling to Nashville. Now they already knew that Charlie Watts probably wasn't going to be there.
I read that. Yeah,
but they bought him before he passed. So now it's kind of a like, first things first. Complete sadness. Charlie Watts seemed like one of the coolest dudes, just down to earth.
Oh yeah.
Just one of the classiest men of rock.
Yeah.
And he just went out and did his job. And
he was like the James
Bond
Bond of drummers. I mean, just a classy, just like you said, just a clean.
Classy.
Yeah. And I saw the Stones. It was probably 6-7 years ago. First time I'd ever seen them. Best concert I'd ever seen. And I mentioned this to you offline, and I hate to get off subject, but I like to show him a little bit of respect.
We got all the time in the world.
The smallest.
We're talking about Limp Bizkit. We got time.
We're talking about Charlie Watts had the smallest, most minimal drum kit I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And had the biggest fucking sound.
Yeah.
That just filled the arena.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, how is he getting that sound? And he was just laughing. I mean, like he was tying a shoe and just made it look so easy. He's been doing it forever, but man, I hated I hated to hear that.
Me too. But I get what you're saying. Like we were, again, I'm going to mention Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
But part of what makes him the drummer he is, like I think I have identified, which a ton of people have, he hits the drums so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like Dave Grohl beats the shit out of those drums and creates a big sound.
Sure.
Charlie Watts, it's almost like he knows exactly where to hit the drum head with the stick to get the best sound out of it. Like the technical jazz-trained musician that knows the exact spot on those drums to get the sound he wants. Like, yeah, he had a Meg White setup.
Yeah,
and sounded
exactly.
like John Bonham, like just crazy.
And I'll tell you, I'll give you another example before we jump into Limp Bizkit. The Black Keys.
Sorry, Meg White.
The Black Keys. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
The Black Keys, their Austin City Limits performance, I watched it. And the way that they communicated without talking was just so fucking unreal.
Those two dudes are
and
like
that minimal
two atoms.
Yeah, it's like they're the same person, but they're different. But just a minimal drum kit and the way they were feeding off of each other, it was just really interesting. And back to Wes Borland, I think that he was kind of leading with the riffs. Okay, it's time to go, and the band would kick in. It's just a really neat type of communication.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Not everyone has that.
It's a bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everyone has that. Limp Bizkit has that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Let's get started talking about Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you had something else to say. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I'll add that part of the reason we did this too, like Hick said, I've watched that Lollapalooza performance as well. And we both got a sense of Limp Bizkit might be able to re-succeed if they came out with a new album and did a new tour in 2021.
I was thinking about some of these albums. I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That they could, and I'm not trying to be straight dick, but the world keeps getting a little fucking more shallow and a little more simple, and I'm sure there's not every community is that way. I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule. There's a lot of smart young folks coming up in the world, but I mean, as a whole, and I'm not talking about new generations. I'm not here to be like these children today, these kids. No, No. Senior citizens are also on Facebook, believing everything they read.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Listening to and watching shit that you wouldn't imagine your grandparents or your parents listening to or watching or saying. Like, everyone's getting a little stupider thanks to the internet and social media.
Sure, I agree with that.
So it's like Limp Bizkit could possibly come back and have a heyday.
Might be their time to shine.
Yeah, because, I mean, some of the artists that are super popular today, they're shining because people love that stupid shit.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and with this concert, as soon as I watched it, I hopped online to see what their concert dates were, their upcoming concerts. And my son was cracking up. He said, "What are you looking at that for? What you got?"
Oh, my goodness.
What's wrong?
Somebody on Twitch, first comment from Twitch in a while, someone says, "The world is going to end. No one knows when, but it will. And when it does, people will run, scream. I will be looking at the world fall and lose its faith as cities burn and people die." And I tried to say, no. This is basically a Bible scripture. Thank you for that. Thanks for, throwing some great morbid shit at this show tonight. The world's going to end, and Fred Durst will probably be the first one getting zapped up to heaven going, "Yeah, I made it. Yeah. Heaven's gates. Break stuff." God's like, "Don't break that vase." Fred's like, "Yeah." That was strange. Anyways. Yeah, we're all going to die. We're all heading in the same direction.
Yep.
Life has no rewind. It's all just one, extended play.
Yeah, and before the world ends, I would like to see Limp Bizkit live.
There you go.
And
I'll go with you.
And I want you to be there too.
Go.
My kid was cracking up saying, "What are you doing looking up Limp Bizkit concert dates?" And I said, "Man, I have to see them live at least one time."
Entertainment value.
Yeah.
I was telling you before the show, me and my wife, we were watching Trace Adkins videos all morning. Not because we think the music is good, but because of the entertainment value.
Okay.
We were cracking up because this guy was entertaining us and he didn't take himself seriously, which this is part of the theme of this episode. I don't think Fred takes himself seriously either. Maybe a little, but not completely. I think Fred knows that he is just a goofy. I honestly kind of think he's genius, especially if he doesn't
do too.
If he doesn't take himself seriously, I really think he's quite ahead of the game because this band should not have made it.
I agree.
They should not have made it. They should not be famous. They shouldn't be very popular. They shouldn't have a string of hits. But they know how to write catchy songs, and they knew how to appeal to the frat boy community and just after grunge was gone, somebody had to step in, which nu metal stepped in and had to, kind of grab some of those fans and be like, "Listen, the good shit's gone, but we're here to entertain you.
Yeah.
We're here to say really goofy shit and talk about how we just want to get laid." We're kind of throwing it back to the 80s because Motley Crue, those songs, all that shit was cheesy.
It was bad, yeah.
And nu metal and Limp Bizkit took it to a new level. Like, we're not going to be so outright and say, do a Whitesnake video, but we're going to call it Nookie. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to call it the Nookie.
Yeah.
We're going to make it frat boyish and make the 80s rock new again with some rapping, some rhyming, some heaviness. Like, we're going to put all the rock you've heard the last 2 decades in a blender, throw some Method Man and Redman in there, and see what we can come up with. And they come up with success.
Yeah, a lot of special guests.
A lot of special guests.
A lot of surprising special guests. We'll get there.
A whole shit ton of rappers apparently think Limp Bizkit are pretty fun.
And I
solid.
think, and it was surprising, but I think that was part of Fred Durst, as you mentioned earlier, being smart and pulling in some special guests to help kind of, what you see.
Man, I got to read these comments.
Read them.
This is insane. This is fun stuff. So we got the Bible scripture.
Yes.
Same dude. We destroy the world and blame it on others while it's our mistake and we can't take fucking responsibility. Oh, always good to have fucking right there in that Bible scripture. Fucking responsibility while we destroy everyone and everything around us. Nature treats us like kings and queens. Oh, we piss on it. Man. I feel bad for this guy. He's hurting inside. We got to we got to take advantage and live this life while we got it, which is why me and Hicks are going to go see Limp Bizkit.
That's right.
Entertainment.
That's
Get
right.
some entertainment.
I'm there. That crowd was having a blast.
They were having a blast.
I wanted to be there. I wanted to be in that crowd.
I wanted to be there as well.
Fred was slinging free T-shirts. He was talking about environmental issues.
Yeah.
He was talking about some people that had been recently passed away, some artists. He was showing respect towards them. It was some pretty good stuff.
It was. And dude on Twitch, by the way, not cracking on you. I understand, kind of agree with a lot of what you're saying. And at the same time, just live your best life and be kind to people.
Yep.
Rule number 1.
Yep.
But live your best life while being kind. Don't step on anybody to live your best life. I don't think Limp Bizkit stepped on anybody. They actually brought Stained up in the world. Like, my wife was talking about how terrible Stained was. I was like, you can thank Fred Durst for that.
Yeah.
Because I think I read that Fred Durst and company went to a concert, a small concert, and the opening act for this band that wasn't popular at all was Stained. And Fred Durst is like, yeah, bring him in, record him. Next thing you know, Aaron Lewis in a country boy hat singing country tunes. But my experience with Limp Bizkit, first couple albums, I heard the first one, I bought it just like you did.
Sure.
At that time, I was young and stupid and coming off this grunge letdown where all my favorite bands were gone.
Yeah.
And all I had left was the punk that I grew up with.
Sure.
And then these bands like Korn and Limp Bizkit and System of a Down come around, new metal.
Yeah.
By the way, I think System of a Down is the best of the bunch
Oh,
when it
I
comes
agree.
to new metal.
I agree.
And at the same time, the longevity, I have a hard time listening to them now as opposed to back in the day.
Sure.
But they are the best band to come out of that
Great band.
second wave of 90s rock. But I listened to that first album, and I had Significant Other, I think. I didn't wear out that next album, but I did wear out the $3 bill, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually excited to get to that album.
Yeah.
To find out how it held up. Like I said, when we do this podcast, it's to deep dive the whole discography and see what we may have missed. And there was a lot of opportunity for us to find things we missed because I didn't listen to Results May Vary at all. Never heard it. I didn't listen to Gold Cobra at all. I had never heard it. I barely listened to the Unquestioned Truth Part 1, which I did include that in here.
I did too.
I didn't listen to Chocolate Starfish all the way through. I just heard the hits. So really, it just was the first couple albums, mainly being the first. So I feel like this definitely deserved a deep dive, especially considering they made headlines. And I saw a guy on YouTube the other day talking about how genius it was for Fred Durst to simply change his look to a dad look.
It was brilliant.
That shit was on CNN, son. How brilliant you got to be to get on CNN. They're like, Fred Durst has a new look. Like, because it's so shocking that a dude in a backwards red ball cap now has a dad wig on. People are asking, like, is it his hair? Is it a wig? Motherfuckers, it's a wig.
It's a wig, yeah.
One, you can see where he's bald at over the last 10 years. You can see where hair does not grow. Yeah. Two, there's shadows in that wig. It's a wig. Quit debating on whether it's a wig or hair. It's a wig. And he looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
it makes me feel young.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I very interested to see if they could be successful in 2021. Let me speak you a new metal intro I wrote just for this show.
Okay.
It's time to sit down for Limp Bizkit, folks. Say 3 days grace and have a new metal meal comprised of corn-stained limp skillet biscuits with a side of mushroom head. Gets the saliva going like a 5-finger death punch that just seethers out like a drowning pool of God-smacking deliciousness.
That's good stuff.
It's time for Limp Bizkit, y'all.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good job.
$3 bill. The intro. This is something the band likes doing. They like their intros and outros. This intro to me sounded like a hidden track on the album Undertow by Tool.
Wow, good.
Yeah.
Good observation. Good.
Let the rabbits wear hats or carrots wear glasses. I don't remember what all that shit was on
creepy preaching type of
very Undertow-ish. And another thing on this band, I feel like they wore their influences on their sleeve in a big way at first.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So intro, I don't have thoughts. Do you have thoughts? My only thought was it sounded like the hidden track on Undertow.
It kind of got my attention a little bit, you know. Other than that, I really don't have anything to say about the intro.
No. Pollution, track 2, weird Deftones screamy shit.
Okay.
With an annoying ending. I felt the Deftones influence immediately, and that's going to play a factor in the review process for a while on this band. Heavy Deftones influence to me. What do you think about Pollution?
I really enjoyed the opening guitar groove. The vocals, well, you will never understand. I like that energy.
Yeah.
Still screaming into the mic when the music was finished.
Wardy!
Yeah. Wardy! Oh, he's with us.
He's with us!
What's up, buddy?
I feel so blessed.
Yeah.
That's the part that annoyed me, too. It's a bit, Fred, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's annoying.
It was, yeah, a little bit of overkill.
It was. Counterfeit, track 3. I just wrote this is really bad. Screamy, weird junk. There's a lot of noise. I 2 songs in, I'm like, why was I listening to this when I was younger?
Yeah.
Because it just, like, at least a couple songs in, just sucked. Yeah. I just thought it sucked in a big, bad way. And I was hoping to not do that. And I'm not going to do it for the whole time. Yeah, my voice got loud. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for the whole time. But I mean, this album, I was very surprised when I got through the first couple tracks. I was like, man, I'm not feeling this at all.
Really,
and I wore my copy out too back in the day.
Yeah.
Maybe I just angsty needed that heavy because the riffage on this is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's heavy. It's deep. It sounds good.
Yeah.
That's about all that I have to say about the first 2 tracks. Is the riffage is solid, but other than that, it's like, man, the song structures are just bad.
Yeah, the track Counterfeit. This is probably my favorite track on this album, which isn't saying a whole lot. This isn't an album. I listened to it a few times recently. This isn't an album that you can. I don't want to say it's timeless. I think it was good back in the day. You know, today it's okay. I kind of, the first time I listened to it, you know, I've started buying vinyl, and I thought, I'm going to buy this on vinyl. And the second time I listened to it, the high kind of dropped down a little bit, and I thought, I don't think this is vinyl worthy. So I don't know.
That's true. I can't see that having a much of a better quality on vinyl just because it's so noisy. I feel so old saying that. It's so noisy, this album was.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
There is. Track 4, Stuck. My notes say I despise this.
Okay.
But I did get a kick, and I always have got a kick out of, I don't know the full lyrics, folks, but it's like, something, ask it at your ass, I'll be blasting. I'm like, why are we talking about ass blasting on an album?
Blasting.
Like, are we talking about ass blasting outward, ass blasting inward? Are we punching someone in the face and calling that ass blasting? To me, it just sounded very peculiar that he wanted to be blasting some ass, but he's not talking about any, females like he does in most of the songs. He's talking about being mad and ass blasting. It's like, I've never heard that term when it comes to threatening someone. It's your ass, I'll be blasting.
And that's where we were introduced to some of the shitty lyrics.
Yes.
Let's just, whatever rhymes, whether it makes sense or not.
Yeah.
Let's just piece that together.
Yeah. That's what it is.
The track number 4, Stuck. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Shout out to Suicidal Tendencies, which I wore that album out.
Right.
I actually, when I was a kid, I would mow the grass and listen to that album. I was mowing grass 2 days ago, and I was listening to that album still. So
hey,
I kind of appreciated that. Whether it was
music and things have their places together.
Yeah.
Like, if you're mowing grass, Suicidal Tendencies pop in your head. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So I kind of enjoyed that little shout out. Nobody Loves Me. The next track was okay. Didn't really do a whole lot for me.
No, it's my notes are pretty harsh on this one too. I just wrote, is this the same song I just heard the last 3 tracks? There's just not a lot going on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was good during that time, but today it's just kind of, I don't know. Maybe it stayed the same and I've changed. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wasn't really digging it. This album so far is fallen super duper flat for me. Super duper flat. I was very scared. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's been a long time since I've heard this shit. I knew it didn't stay completely the same, but I thought besides the hits on some of the upcoming albums, please tell me it's not the same as what I've been listening to on this album. So the song Sour started to change my tone a little bit. I like the guitar, the like kind of like slap.
Sure, yeah. Funky groove.
Yeah, it's funky groove. It was different. It wasn't just, wide open drop D, full strums, one finger on the fret, fucking noise, which I love playing like that because that's a lot of Tool shit. But I mean, it was just not, there was some technicality there. There was some originality there. I was like, this song is okay. Best song off the album so far, but I'm still not super impressed. What did you think about Sour?
Sour, I have my notes say funky intro groove. It was a fun song, and that's a nice way of saying it's okay. So
yeah, it was fine. I started to watch the video the other day, and nothing. The videos in the early going were nothing to speak of, especially on this album.
Okay.
Stalemate, song 7. Again, neat guitar opening. I kind of enjoyed the opening of the song, but then it goes downhill really fast into like this bad, heavier 311 territory.
311, I thought of 311.
Yeah.
I thought of 311, which I'm not a big fan of 311.
I'm not either, and it didn't age well either. If you go back and listen to 311 now, which I did last week out of curiosity, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, I bet so.
Fun tidbit. A gal at work, I tell you, asked me, I work in the banking industry, and she asked me what a POD was, which is payable on death. And I was like, it's a really crappy nu metal band. And I explained it all to her, and she just looked at me with a blank stare. I was like, never mind. Like, nobody knows who POD is.
Youth of a Nation.
Youth of a Nation. That's what it was. We are.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
I've done work for somebody who was in that video. I said I wouldn't tell anybody.
I wouldn't tell a soul that. Yeah, man, I was in that POD video. Like, what the fuck? You were in a POV video? Like on,
POV.
I love POV. That's my favorite kind, dog. Like, no, POD. Like, you mean not the kind where the camera never shows you, but just shows the penetration? No. Fuck. The song Clunk, track 8. I got This Is Just Noise.
Yeah, it was just noise, but I've noticed a pattern up to this point. Good opening grooves, except for not this song, but a few of the songs.
Yeah.
I think we both agree that there are some good opening
definitely
grooves that
definitely
take the wrong turn. Clunk, it was just noise. Faith.
Maybe that's why it was called Clunk, I guess. But
maybe. Faith. Like I said earlier, seeing this is why I bought this album as a kid.
Me too.
Just because the track didn't align with the cover art. I wanted to know what was going on.
Yep.
It was just,
which again, genius on Fred's part.
It was, and I heard Wes Borland didn't want to do this track.
And that makes me question him a little bit because I can't lie. This is my favorite track on the album.
Is it? Yeah.
And I just thought it was brilliant. I thought the version they did of this song was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Not the music itself, the idea.
Yeah.
How do we get people to notice us? We take a George Michael song.
Sure.
And we scream.
Sure.
But not at first. We do it normally. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And then, Fred sounds fine on this track. It's like his voice isn't terrible. It was catchy. It was fun.
Well, he was successful. He took my money back in the day.
Took mine too.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of impressed the more I think about it. So can't lie. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Hearing it again after all these years, I was like, oh yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
It's not great. Not about to go pound on people's doors and be like, dude, you got to hear Faith. But I mean, it was fun. Track 10, Stinkfinger. My initial thought before even hearing the song was like, is this a Tool parody?
That's what I thought.
Stinkfinger?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then you got Deftones vocals all throughout it, hollowing like, nah, like just Deftones vocals, and then a lot of noise. So, I mean, I wasn't impressed by any means, but it wasn't as bad as the first half of the album, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything beyond this. Track number 13, Everything. I thought
okay. You didn't have anything for Indigo Flow or Leech.
No, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything for that, really.
I'll fill in the gap super fast.
Go ahead, take your time.
Nothing important to say.
Take your time.
Indigo Flow, I wrote, Rap Fred is better than Screaming Fred, but only by a little.
Yeah.
Leech, that was just noise. So now we can go to Everything.
Everything I had, this isn't like any other track on this album.
Certainly was not.
I thought it's a bad version of the Chili Peppers meets a bad version of the Doors. Kind of.
Interesting take.
Yeah, just not as good.
Definitely not as good. Yeah, I thought it was like them. I wrote Artsy Biscuit. Like they were trying to be an artsy Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
I feel like a couple times on this album, they're sort of testing the audience. Like, hey, we reeled you in with Faith. We got those hardcore kids with some of the heavy shit and the screaming. We got some of the rap kids with this. Episode or two ago, I talked about making an album of all different genres. Limp Bizkit did this shit.
Yeah, they did.
They just did it on every song. Like, let's throw a little bit of this in for this crowd, this in for that crowd.
Yeah.
On the last track, let's see if we can be artsy and see if we can get a cult classic hit.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
It didn't
the song
work.
sucked.
Yeah.
My final thoughts were this album sucks really bad. Just fucking terrible. But back in the day, it got me. Hook, line, and sinker. Got me into Biscuit Land.
Sure.
And I bought the one after. So, Significant Other. Did you like anything about this album, or did you just kind of feel it sucked along with me?
The first album it was just okay. Like I said, it wasn't a timeless album. It doesn't.
Oh God, no.
I don't think so.
No, I would. I will go on record right now, actually saying this is, to me, it's their worst album. I think this is their worst one.
Okay.
Like just after listening to all of them, I'll kind of rank them as I go, just because it's fun talking about Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
I hate this album.
Okay.
I hate this album. Faith is fun, but I just don't feel like it was. They didn't find themselves on this album. They found a way to get famous on this album, and then they slowly became who they are.
Yeah.
This was an influences album to me. It was kind of a, take all the things I like and, copy them and make an album, and it worked, and congratulations to them. Significant Other intro, better than the last intro. That's my notes on the intro.
Sure, yeah, I agree with that statement.
Song 2, Just Like This. I wrote, this song is better than the whole last album, which isn't saying much.
What a groove from the rhythm section.
No shit.
What a groove.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Every time I say normally I'm going to hate myself on this podcast. Yeah. It was encouraging from the get-go. I was like, okay, this band has found themselves a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not saying this is some good shit. I'm saying this band has found themselves in a way. So Just Like This, I was like, okay, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's not just noise. There's actually song structure here. Way to go, Fred and company.
Yeah.
Track 3, Nookie. Come on! It's a classic. It's a classic. It's not serious. He can't be serious. If he's serious, he just... I don't want to say anything too damning. If he meant to be serious on this album, they never should have went any further. But I don't think he was.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
This is a radio hit.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's got a nice bass line. Boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-da-doom, ba. The lyrics are dreadfully horrible.
This is a damn good jam.
Exactly. The music, the guitar, the drums.
It's so good.
Yeah, Fred fucked it up by putting lyrics to it.
That is my exact notes.
Yeah.
Durst honestly ruined this.
He did.
Song.
Yeah, but at the same time, he didn't. Yeah. Because it got him fucking paid. They made a shit ton of money on this album. They something genius.
Oh, I know.
Something genius about
I know
it.
what you're saying.
The song sucks ass.
Yeah.
But you have to give credit where credit is due. These guys knew how to get famous.
Yeah, they knew how to get attention.
People love this song.
Yeah, I hate it.
I hate it too. Yeah. I hate it. It's so bad and it's so shitty. And, when you hear it, it's satire. It's like, it's instant smile, like all this shit. It's sucker like a sand, fucked up in the head. Nah. It's so bad lyrically, but it is such a jam otherwise, and it's
a great groove. Like I said, it's great.
But it is Limp Bizkit, and it's one of those defining songs. I mean, it's one of those things when you hear it, you know what it is from the opening note.
Yeah.
You know, it's that it was that popular, so it's
sure.
Got to give a little bit of credit to him just for that.
Sure.
And then they followed up with Break Stuff.
Frat Boy Jam.
Oh
my God.
Ridiculous lyrics.
I hate it. If I saw it live, it'd probably make me move a little bit.
Yeah, it would.
I'd move with the crowd.
I guarantee it would, because it impressed me live when I went.
Yeah.
I was probably sitting in this fucking stadium, and I guarantee, even though I was so pissed that I had to sit through this band, thank God there wasn't camera phones back then, or good camera phones, because somebody may have caught me and posted on YouTube of me listening to Break Stuff, and I would not doubt if I was in the stands doing this. Give me something to break.
Yeah.
I might have got into it.
I'll tell you what I struggle with is some of the it's not believable to me. I don't think Fred Durst is going to go break some shit. I like real shit.
I don't think Fred Durst can kick anyone's ass.
I don't think he can either. But I think that's the way of promoting this band. I think that was his mission. He didn't want to really kick anyone's ass. He just wanted to get paid.
He accomplished his goal.
Yeah, but man, I said,
it's shitty.
Yeah,
bad
it
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Track number 5. Did you have anything else about Break Stuff?
Nope.
Okay. Track number 5, Rearranged. This is my favorite off the album.
I've got that Fred sings, and it's okay that he sings.
Yeah.
And I put that this album benefits from the last best song so far. Or this album benefits from the last album, and because of that, this is the best song so far. So Rearranged, to me, best song I've heard by Limp Bizkit at this point.
Good, yeah.
I was, he actually sang. It wasn't completely goofy. It wasn't completely ridiculous. It was like, okay, this is like a good band's worst song.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, which is good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Fred.
Track number 6, I'm Broke. This is so bad.
Again, it's not good, but it's leaps and bounds better than the last album. So, okay. I mean, still, I'm trying to... The genius of Fred Durst comes to play again, because he's like, I'm going to reel you in with faith, then make you listen to my terrible album of just influences on our sleeves. Then we're going to follow it up with some originality to where you can't completely be like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, because you heard that on the previous album. Yeah. So Fred's building you at this point. He's like, yo, you thought you heard the worst you've ever heard? Well, you did from us. We're gonna up our game, but only incrementally. And it was like, they upped their game on a very small level on this album. So even though every song, if I heard this album first, I'd be like, this is the worst shit I've ever heard. But I had heard the last album. Yeah. So it's like, they're kind of winning me over in the most slight of ways. Like the first album, I would be like, that shit's garbage. This album, I'd be like, yeah, it sucks, but it's also super popular. I give it that little bit of credit.
Sure, yeah.
Which is sad.
I understand. I get what you're saying. Track number 7, Nobody Like You.
Yeah. I was just like, whatever. They had me on a little bit of an adrenaline high that like, oh, Limp Bizkit found themselves a little bit, and then and they still suck. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't want to say that I feel bad for Wes Borland.
He keeps going back to it.
And he keeps going back to it.
I think he likes that shit.
He would have to. And his side projects were not successful.
Oh, they're terrible.
So
they're worse than Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, they were. Track number 8, Don't Go Off Wondering.
I just put, man, this is so simple.
No, I didn't like it.
It's just simple.
Track number 9, was it 1999?
Yep.
Nookie Part 2, Frat Boy Jam.
Yeah, I just put that it sucks.
Yeah. In Together Now with Method Man.
I like this.
I was
digging it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think Rap Fred is better than Screaming Fred.
I think so too. I think Method Man kind of saved the day.
Right.
It was pretty good.
With you on that.
Track number 11, Trust. I don't have any notes.
I put interesting opening, and this is new metal as hell.
Okay.
Totally new metal. Track 12, No Sex. I put Poor Fred. I get it, buddy. Sex is fun. You're not getting it. I'm sorry.
Featuring Aaron Lewis. Aaron Lewis was on this track.
Oh, good heads up on that one.
Yeah, I thought this track, Fred was saying, it's never my fault. It's just your fault.
You know why I forgot that Aaron Lewis was on this track?
Why?
Because it's been a while since I heard it.
Been a while. No sex. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Well, it has. Well, yeah.
Fucking Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis.
Yeah, that's another story for another time.
It is. Show me what you got.
This was bad. Bad lyrics. I need a Kleenex when I leave Phoenix. Shit like that.
Oh yeah, your notes are very similar to mine. I got such silly shit. The city shout outs are ridiculous.
It's bad.
Johnny Cash did it, motherfucker. Okay, Johnny Cash did it correctly, and I think after this album, if I'm not mistaken. Fred Durst shouting out cities just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's what the whole song was just.
Smoked a big
What can I rhyme with Phoenix?
Smoked a big fatty in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Oh, I could probably get my 8-year-old to sit down and write like, hey, buddy,
It'd be better.
look at the map, find all the big cities, and find something that rhymes with them, and report to me tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll record that shit.
Fred Durst makes my ears burst.
Yes, Fred Durst makes my ears burst.
That was fucking
Yeah.
awful. So this was really bad.
It is. It's real bad.
The next track, A Lesson Learned.
Noise.
Even if this would have been good after hearing Show Me What You Got, it was bad. The outro was bad.
Yeah, just noise to me. Outro, yeah, awful. Mind of Less, not worth talking about. It's just talking. My final thoughts, though, this was way better than the first album, and it's a very, 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 very small guilty pleasure with a few songs.
Okay.
And I wrote that they found what they do well, at least.
Yeah.
And that is these catchy pop new metal jams like Nookie and Break stuff. Like, it's appealing to a simple mind.
Yeah.
Appealing to those simple-minded folks that, we've all been there. We've all went to a party and ran into that guy that wasn't wearing a shirt, that had tattoos done by his neighbor all over his chest and arms, and was smoking a cigarette and had his hat on backwards. And, Nookie comes on in the house and he's outside smoking and he just instantly starts swaying to it. Like, we've been there. We know that guy. We know that Limp Bizkit target audience guy.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit found him, got him to spend their money. Fucking again. Well done, Fred. Chocolate Starfish in the hot dog flavored water.
Yeah.
This is when you really figure out that the title alone of this album is like, okay, they absolutely are not taking themselves ultra serious here.
Sure.
They're not. Rolling Stone, 30 years after this album, is not going to talk about an album called Chocolate Starfish and hot dog flavored water.
Right.
In a glowing, one of the top albums of all time, Chocolate Starfish and the hot. No, it's not going to happen. They're joking around. They're fucking around. This is where I'm like, okay, this album title alone, again, Trace Adkins territory. I'm starting to appreciate how non-serious they are about their career.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it mean I like the album? I don't know. We got another intro. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Hot Dog. Tell me about Hot Dog.
Hot Dog, really like the guitar. I heard some smack toward Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, Trent Reznor basically, said Limp Bizkit sucked. So Limp Bizkit's like, we'll talk about Trent Reznor.
Yeah. It just didn't do a whole lot for me.
Fake ass titties on a fucked up chest. Yeah. Key line from that song. Fake ass titties on a fucked up chest. Yeah. Fred's lyricism is so bad. And I really want to believe that it's on purpose.
Yeah.
I want to believe that because he did it, man. He did it. Those guys are well off.
Oh, sure.
They're set for life.
Sure. Yeah.
Because of fake ass titties on a fucked up chest. Yeah. Like, just taking the most simple thing and running with it. Just kind of crazy to me. The song, I don't have anything else to say besides that. Track 3, My Generation. We all know it. No sense in lying about it. My future generation, we don't give a fuck. And so many shirtless dudes huffing gas are loving this shit.
Yeah.
Never give a fuck about me and my generation. They're like, oh God, I can't wait to huff gas when I get home.
It's a popular hook.
It works. I don't, it doesn't impress me.
Yeah.
But I hear why, I hear why a less sharpened mind would just attach right to this. An angry fucking young adult in their 20s. Just, this is my shit right here.
Yeah.
Fred Durst talking about no one likes our generation. He appealed to what I like to call, I better not say it.
Do you think that was his targeted audience?
Yes.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just your fucking post grunge. The guy that only liked grunge because it was heavy and it was edgy and it was dirty. Mm-hmm. Fred Durst, he grabbed those leftovers, those people that moved on to, that moved on to, a little better music for that time, which I don't know what people were listening to after that. Sadly, I was jamming shit like this and Nickelback, and not over and over. I was looking for that next group. Sure. So I was grasping at straws, buying these albums from these new acts like Limp Bizkit and Korn, and like, man, there's got to be like something, register with me, please. And Fred was just picking up all those crumbs and turning those people into Limp Bizkit fans. And it worked. It totally worked. Song 4, Full Nelson. I just put, my God, these lyrics. Knock the fuck out. Mouth writing checks that your ass can't cash. Like,
that is my notes. Lost my respect at your asses writing checks that your ass can't cash.
So bad.
How bad is that?
But again, shirtless gas huffers are loving this shit. They're loving it.
Oh.
Fucking huffing that fucking 93 and just loving it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad.
My Way. A fun to sing along catchy song that sucks.
It's
another one. Hit Factory, Limp Bizkit.
Entertaining hook. A little bit too much Linkin Park for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Linkin Park.
Nor am I. Never did understand that one, but there are some hardcore Linkin Park fans out there.
I bet
hardcore Linkin Park fans out there.
Getting ready to cuss us right now, but that's all right.
We'll probably have to deep dive them at some point.
I would.
you seem entirely excited about that.
Yeah.
Your eyes and your noise, and then I would, we'd do it. So we got My Way. Listen,
what'd you think?
I thought it's a fun, catchy song.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like super ridiculous lyric wise that would just make me hate on it initially. It's just it's a guilty pleasure song. It's catchy. They knew how to write a catchy song, but we're pushing towards halfway through this album, and if you really hone in on everything, you've got My Generation,
mm-hmm.
which everyone our age knows.
Sure.
You've got My Way, which everyone our age knows.
And then
My Way or the Highway, because that's such a lame lyric. And it's
sure.
And then you've got the next song, Rollin', which everyone knows. It is so hard to hate on them completely because it's like, okay, a band like this should technically be a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, that's good.
Nookie, it should have stopped at Nookie. Or,
sure.
Faith was a cover. I'm not going to count it. It reeled him in. Nookie, it should have stopped there. But Limp Bizkit made sure it doesn't stop there. Yeah. And they kept pumping out hits.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that the guitar players dressed up like a devil from another planet playing Rolling?
Yes.
Isn't that it's just so weird to me.
I think it's why we want to go watch them live, because
but I like weird.
It is very weird. Yeah. None of this makes sense. And maybe that's why I'm so drawn to this hope, even though up to this point it just sounds like I'm talking straight shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I hope they come back in a big way because I think it would be glorious. I think it would be magical, glorious, and impressive. And I think it's possible if they come out with an album that is as stupid as Significant Other and Chocolate Starfish.
It would not surprise me with their planned timing to hit and have something successful again.
Oh no! All they've got to do is release something as stupid as this album and the last one, and they will fucking hit it big again.
And I'm fucking laughing my ass off at the next track, Living It Up. The lyric, I've seen Fight Club 28 times.
It's a good movie, Fred. We get it.
I love Fight Club.
I do too.
I've probably seen it 8 times.
Yeah, me too.
But why would you put that in a fucking song?
It's
just
Fred.
to bridge a gap between a hook.
Life in the fast lane.
Oh, and I didn't catch this until I saw the Lollapalooza performance, and we said, I've seen Fight Club 28 times. Like, what the fuck? Nobody's ever said that in a song.
Proud of that shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the same guy that's like Life in the Fast Lane, My Way or the Highway, did it all for the nookie, my future generation. Like he's finding these key phrases and keywords. Fred knew the algorithm before the internet.
He did.
He knew the algorithm before the internet happened.
Yeah.
And the internet was around when these guys were around. But algorithms weren't quite what they are today when Limp Bizkit was around. Fred had an algorithm. He's like, Highway in this song, Fast Lane in this song, Nookie in this song, Generation. He knew. The motherfucker's a genius.
He was dropping hashtags before hashtags were a thing.
That's right. Elon Musk ain't got shit on Fred Durst. Ain't got shit on him. Then you got the song The One. Nothing. I got nothing on this one.
Was that with Exhibit?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Exhibit.
Oh, no. Get your groove on. The next song is with Exhibit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. The one was kind of I hate to call it a lovey ballad, but it's sort of a lovey ballad.
I have a bad version of Rearranged.
Yeah.
For The One.
There's a lot of part 2s with Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yep.
Get your groove on with Exhibit. I never liked Exhibit.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised that Limp Bizkit has got these guys coming on their album, though, because Exhibit was big at this time.
Yeah.
And this song, I didn't like it at all. Just thought it sucked. Take a look around. The Mission Impossible song.
Mission Impossible groove.
Again. Fucking nailing it. Like pumping out hits.
That's good. That sticks in your head. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I can't. So, like when I'm listening to it, I can't believe it. I'm like, what these guys accomplished with a minimal songwriting skill.
Sure.
Is incredible.
Yeah.
And honestly, Westmoreland says he can't play Yingwei style shit. He's probably not lying. Maybe he is not a great guitarist. I just don't know. Maybe none of them are really considered to be even good enough to be at this level of success that they're at. It doesn't matter. They fucking found a formula and an algorithm to get you to listen to them and to sell albums. Still impressed. This is the first time I've ever gushed over a band that I thought was just absolutely awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a look around. Then we got It'll Be Okay. And I was just, all I had, my notes say, yeah. That's all. I mean, just a lot of yes. Yeah.
It'll Be Okay. Not really for me. Track number 12, Boiler. In the intro, I heard like 3 seconds of Adam Jones from Tool. A little guitar groove. Just a little tiny, a little bit of.
And they liked Tool at this time. They were Tool fans. They tried to be serious. I put that this band tries to be serious at times and it doesn't work. This is one of those times. Boiler was a little more, let's try our hand at actual seriousness and rock. And it just, sorry, you can't do a song like Nookie and say Life in the Fast Lane and My Way in the Highway and then expect us to take you serious.
It's a really quick transition. I mean, it just from one track to the next.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Track number 13, Hold On. What'd you think about that one?
See above note, they're trying to be serious and it's not working.
Yeah.
It's just not working. I didn't like, and that's the crazy thing. I'm talking about how much this band does really terrible lyricism and really cheesy hooks, but yet when they try to be serious, I'm like, just give me more Nookie.
It's like a Ghost.
Ghost
That's
in
all
the
right.
studio. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Take a seat. We've got another mic.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Yeah, sit down. This mic right here. Even ghosts like Limp Bizkit. See, that's how fucking smart they are.
Yeah.
Rolling with Rappers is next. Awful.
I did not like it. Did not like the outro. We have an outro on this album again.
Got another outro.
Yeah, just wasn't a big fan of it.
No. My final thoughts are this is Significant Other Part 2, which is a good and a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I put Limp Bizkit is indeed a hit factory. There's no denying it. And if you were 20 like me, you saw how huge they were at this time.
Sure.
They really were a big deal.
Yeah.
They were a fucking big deal. This is 3 albums in on this band.
Mm-hmm.
They are a big deal.
Sure.
And then it all went away.
Yeah.
Results may vary came along. This is the decline. This is the decline of Limp Bizkit is this album. This is when they did not keep pumping out the hits. And we'll start talking about why. Track 1, Re-Entry. I've got ICP-like opening
The circus intro.
with a Mike Patton slam, I'm pretty sure, because there's a moment where someone says, "What is it?"
Okay.
And I think in the response, they're like, "What is it?" It is Limp Bizkit. Like something stupid like that. And I'm like, the guitar was kind of cool and weird, which is odd because there's no Wes Borland on this album.
Okay, this was the album.
This was the album. This is
That
a
makes
Wes
sense.
Borland-less album.
Okay.
So maybe you could attribute that to this being their decline in popularity. And don't get me wrong, I think there's a hit or two on here, but they kind of pale in comparison to the hits we've grown used to on the past few albums.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this album. I'll let you take the lead on it, and then
Sure.
I'll follow up with a few comments. Initially, horrible cover art.
Oh God,
It was bad.
So bad.
What? I thought you guys broke. I mean,
it was weird. Yeah, it was just Fred Durst like seemingly making a Trump butthole face into the camera, and they just layered it with green. It was fucking awful.
yeah, it was not good.
Lazy, almost lazy.
Yeah.
Track 2, Eat You Alive. I thought the music and the flow of this song was some of the best Limp Bizkit I had heard.
Okay.
But the lyrics are just silly and sexual.
Okay.
I mean, he's talking about eating you alive like he's dying for some pussy.
Yeah.
Dude is dying for some sex. Sorry to be so vulgar. Yeah, he's dying to have a naked girl in front of him. I'm sure he was able to accomplish that being a famous musician, but maybe he didn't like, the choices he had. But the music and flow really solid. I thought this song had massive potential, again ruined by Fred's lyrics. Track 3, Give Me That Mic. I wrote Fred's hardcore rap has improved, I think, but the lyrics are still as cringy as ever. But his flow was seemingly better on this album so far.
Okay.
Track 4, Underneath the Gun, I thought, again, musically fine, which I'm surprised because Wes Borland's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Fred's voice is okay. He's singing. It's not bad. Down Another Day, track 6, I put this is a new Limp Bizkit. And sonically, to me, it was pleasing. He's still ruining shit with his lyrics, but sonically, I felt the difference in this band. They went away from the Wes Borland, and I can't believe I'm even saying this because Wes Borland is and was my favorite person from this band.
Sure, yeah.
But I felt like this music was better
Okay.
than the albums with Wes Borland. There was more technical guitar work. There was more solos. It was more, for some reason, I felt like this was going to be a more rap-oriented album without Wes, but it wasn't. It was more rock-oriented, and it was less screamy. And it was actually more appealing to me musically. The problem is there's no hits that grab you, whether it be in a bad way or a good way. So you can almost feel, listening to this album, that their popularity is going away. One, because they're trying something new, and no one wants new Limp Bizkit. They want cheesy Limp Bizkit. They want Limp Bizkit with cheese. This Limp Bizkit was trying something new. They were trying to be a rock band. And to me, the music was working. Almost Over, the song after the one I just talked about, Down Another Day, Almost Over, I feel like is their best song to date.
Okay.
Maybe not the catchiest or the most crowd-pleasing, but for me, it's actually a solid song. And for the first time, I can actually say that I enjoy it. I enjoy the song Almost Over by Limp Bizkit to the point where it might make it on a playlist I make.
You'd go looking for it again. Possibly.
I might go, yeah, I have. After I heard this album the first time, I went back and re-listened to that song afterwards. I was like, this is actually a good song?
Okay.
Fucking shocked me.
Yeah.
I like the song Almost Over, and I stand by that it's my favorite song at this point. It wasn't a hit, nothing like that. It may have had a single, but I don't know if it did. But I like this song. Track 7, Build a Bridge. I put this one's solid too, for Limp Bizkit at least. As far as the real, somewhat serious songs go, this is okay. I felt like it was growth. They're no longer limp. This biscuit
They're
is
stiff.
This biscuit is hard.
They're hard biscuit.
This biscuit's making me hard. I'm getting a hard biscuit off this shit. Not really. Again, this album, I understand why it was the start of their downfall, because this is a different Limp Bizkit. No Wes Borland. They're trying something different. I imagine results may vary, is why, reflects that. Like, results may vary. You may like this, you may not. We're trying something a little different. And I liked it a little bit more and found one song that I actually don't mind hearing again. Red Light, Green Light, track 8, Snoop Dogg's on it. It was fun, but it's awful. Red light, green light.
Yeah.
Red light, green light. Yeah. Take It Home, Bored to Death. The Only One, Bored to Death. Let Me Down, track 11. A lot of rock songs on this album. I put That's Okay With Me. Lonely World, we got Rap Fred, Rock Fred, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just okay. Phenomenon, Heavy Fred. Rap Fred makes a return. Just back and forth. Rap Fred, Heavy Fred, Rap Fred, Heavy, Rap, Heavy, Rap. And I just put this shit's goofy. It's starting to go downhill in a bad way. Like the first half of this album, I was like, okay, Limp Bizkit's doing something new. They're like, fuck that. We're gonna go back, and the album's too long. It's 16 tracks. It's too long. Track 14, Creamer something, Radio is Dead. I was bored to death.
Mm-hmm.
Head for the Barricade. Second half of that song is faltering rap rock, yelly, screamy Fred bullshit. It's fucking awful.
Mm-hmm.
Track 16, Behind Blue Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. I think it's a good song. I know it's a cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's The Who.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really well done.
That's the only good thing I have to say about this
It's really
album.
well done.
I thought that was very well done.
It is very well done. Fred and company are really good at covers.
Yeah,
They're really
that's
good at covers.
That just, I just now saw that. I agree with that. They're very good at covering stuff.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's a good song. I don't love it, but I think it's good. 17, All That Easy. I was just like, why? This is fuck silly. Why didn't this should be a B-side. Drown, track 18, ends on a somber, boring note like some of their albums have. No outro on this one. My final thoughts, this album had some growth, was musically better, which is odd without Wes. But I was like, is he really a good guitarist, or does he just fit Limp Bizkit well?
Sure.
I have so many questions after this deep dive, honestly.
Yeah.
But I thought this album was musically their best, which doesn't appeal to Limp Bizkit fans or casual listeners, so I get why it wasn't big. I put that they tried to be serious a lot here, and it worked better for me, but it's not going to work better for fans of the traditional Limp Bizkit. Again, I won't be listening to this album again. By no means am I like, hidden gem. No.
Right.
No hidden gem here. Almost Over is a hidden gem to me, but that's just one song.
Yeah.
The rest of the album was a little more listenable as a 40-year-old as opposed to a 20-year-old. but it's still Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
You know, it's still just, there's just nothing great going on here. Any thoughts besides Behind Blue Eyes?
No, I just had a lot
I knew
of this.
you hated this one.
Yeah, I just was not a fan. It just was not for me.
Yeah, I knew that going in, and maybe that played a part in me giving it some extra attention and finding a couple bright spots, but overall I was with you. It just wasn't. There's, at least the first 3 albums, they found an audience and appealed to them and were huge. This album, they kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I think so too.
I appreciate what they were trying to do. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Unquestionable Truth Part 1, Wes Borland is back. You can hear it. This album's heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
It is fucking heavy. Track 1, The Propaganda. I love the guitar tone, and I love how heavy it is. But Fred will be Fred! Yeah!
My notes, track number 1, The Propaganda. Damn good sound. Really shitty lyrics.
Dude, the guitar was like a rumbling adventure.
Yeah.
But then Fred just, give my exposure. Fucking unquestion the truth. Truth. Yeah. You're ruining the whole goddamn thing, Fred.
Shut up, Fred.
Just shut up, Fred.
Pick up a fucking harmonica. No, don't do that. But
Little tidbit, every single track on this album starts with the word the.
I noticed that.
Propaganda. Then we got The Truth, which again, I love the music. Wes is back in a big way. I liked that last album musically, but Wes brings the power to this band.
I think so too.
He brings the power.
We didn't know that until he was gone.
Right. I heard some good music on the last one.
Sure.
Limp Bizkit doesn't make good music, though.
Right.
Limp Bizkit brings the power and the dumb shit.
Yeah.
And Wes is back with the power, and lo and behold, Fred is back with the dumb shit.
Track number 2, The Truth. Good jam. Fred's just saying everything is everyone else's fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's just
That's Fred for you.
Yeah.
That's old Fred.
Yeah.
The Priest. I put, weird jam, but with nice heavy guitars. I mean, this album at least has me with the nice heavy guitar tones. And Wes has a cool sound.
Yeah, he does.
So it's
He does. He really does.
He does. It's not unlistenable thanks to Wes.
Yeah.
Track 4, The Key. Old Fred returns. He's rapping a little bit. Waste of a recording. The song sucks.
I said this is some really bad Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Didn't like it.
The Channel. I just thought it was noise. Just noise. The Story. Track 6, more noise. The Surrender. Another boring ending. Just uninspired. 7 tracks of, if you're going to put out a return with Wes, why are you making a 7-track? Again, the first 3 songs had me with the guitar. Not had me wanting to listen to them twice, but had me like, Limp Bizkit's back a little bit.
Yeah.
They're a little more angry this time, but they're back. But why even bother with this 7-track? Like, if Wes is coming back, do a Limp Bizkit album. Do Cookie. Do Cookie and do, My Preparation. And, do some parodies of your old jams or something. This album was raw. I appreciated that. It was almost like a garage rock album.
It was. That's a good point. Yeah, I agree with that. It
had its moments, but mostly was just kind of fucking uninspiring.
Yeah.
Whatever,
It's almost like they were fulfilling their contract or something just by putting something out.
Maybe they were.
It would just, I don't know.
That might be
good.
it, because the next album's on Cash Money Records.
No shit.
Yeah. Lil Wayne.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Gold Cobra?
Gold Cobra.
No shit.
Lil Wayne, Cash Money Records.
That probably explains the video for Gold Cobra a little bit.
What's up, Butcher? But yeah, it was just a mediocre album. But then we move on to the Cash Money Gold Cobra.
That's interesting.
And I fought this album off for a long time. I never listened to Gold Cobra. I was
afraid.
I was afraid too. I did listen to the Unquestioned Truth. I forgot at the beginning of this episode. First 2 albums, yes. Singles off third, yes. I did listen to the Unquestionable Truth because they were gone and nothing was going on, and I saw it pop up as a new release. I was like, I'll give it a chance.
Sure.
But I never did that with Gold Cobra.
I didn't either.
Or results may vary. So there's a lot of newness in this for me. Gold Cobra, the The intro track is called Introbra.
How fucking slick is that?
I love kind of love that they called it Introbra. I was like, they're back. Limp Bizkit might be back now because the opening track is called Introbra. Time to get real. Track 2, Bring It Back.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the beats and the guitar are kind of fucking sweet. Then it speeds up, and I cannot lie, I fucking dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I have the music was good. The lyrics not so good, but that's just a
They never
pattern.
are.
They never are. That's just a pattern.
But at the same time, I'm like, ooh, this is Limp Bizkit. It's such a weird band. Track 3, Gold Cobra. First time we're going to differ here. First time that I can say this. I liked Almost Over, and I still think it's probably my favorite Limp Bizkit song if I really have to choose one.
Okay.
I love the fuck out of Gold Cobra.
Okay.
I really do. It gets stuck in my head. The flow is really good.
Okay.
I will find myself driving and I'll go, cold, it's so cold, it's so cold, it's so golden now, golden Cobra. I can't, it gets stuck in my head. I'm not going to lie on this podcast. I love the song Gold Cobra.
And I understand that, and I respect that.
And I will listen to it again.
Yeah.
I've listened to it I can't lie. I've listened to it 50 times.
I'm going to tell you what. I listened to the previous album and then jumped right into this album and still had that previous album taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
I was a little bit bitter going into this album. Gold Cobra, I wanted it to be better. I was disappointed. Strong ass name. I thought, this gets my attention,
Now, to be clear, the song Gold Cobra, the title track, is what I'm loving.
The track, yes. I wanted it to be better.
I loved it.
Okay.
I don't know why. I fucking love this song. And at any time I'm in a mood to not... Do you ever watch anything, movie-wise or TV-wise, and you're like, I don't feel like processing information tonight. I don't feel like thinking about anything. I want to put something on that I don't have to think about. If I want to browse on my phone... And I'm not going to miss anything with this show on. Baking shows do that for me. I enjoy baking shows because I don't have to pay full attention to them like I would a Dexter or
Inception.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like a Marvel movie where I can't miss something, or a Law and Order where I can't miss a key detail, or the whole episode's gonna be fucked up. This is kind of what Gold Cobra is to me. Man, I don't feel like having my hair stand up on end from Brandy Carlisle today.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, dude, it's so good. I just want to fucking let loose in my car.
Yeah.
Act a fool. Look at people while I'm driving by, shaking my head and fucking smiling like riff raff. And that music for me as I'm putting Gold Cobra on when I feel like that.
Okay.
And it really fills a need for mindless music.
Sure.
That is catchy to me. That to me, their time had passed, but this is a catchy ass fucking jam.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
Still impressed.
I'm going to give it another chance just because I said you've inspired me to give it another chance. But like I said, I kind of had this previous album, a bad taste in my mouth.
Next time you drive somewhere, just turn Gold Cobra up.
I need to just isolate this track without all the other other tracks.
Yes.
So I'll definitely give that another track. I have track number 4, Shark Attack.
Shark Attack.
It sounds like OG Limp Bizkit.
It does. And and he even says, another one of those days. I was like, oh shit, Limp Bizkit's back.
Limp Bizkit. I enjoyed this track.
I did too. This is Limp Bizkit doing what they do best with something added, like a little more rock added. And I seriously like it. So there's 2 tracks actually there's 3 because I like Bring It Back.
Yeah.
These songs are they're kind of appealing to me.
Yeah.
So far.
Sure.
So Shark Attack, I enjoyed it. Like Wes is bringing the heavy, Fred's bringing kind of the slightly less douchey but still ridiculous lyrics, and I'm not hating it so far.
Good. Good.
Get a Life. I thought this was a tad $3 bill, y'all. A tad Results May Vary. And overall, I just thought it was just kind of okay, but the guitar was, again, pretty good.
I thought the guitar was decent in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wes Borland doing Wes Borland things.
Yeah.
Shotgun. I put Deftonish yet again. The lyrics are fucking stupid, but I'm not going to lie. I'm fucking digging this shit as a mindless jam.
Yeah, I have B-side Stone Temple Pilots groove. Like a B-side. So.
Douchebag. Fucking hate this shit.
Oh, this is really bad.
This is one of the worst things Fred Durst has ever done.
It was bad.
The lyrics, it's just so bad. Douchebag, douchebag. What the fuck, kick your ass, douchebag. Like, dude. One, you can't name a song douchebag. That doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It's just cheesy and ridiculous. And he went and did it.
Yeah.
This song, this is one of the first Limp Bizkit songs that literally pissed me off.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Douchebag. I'm a fuck you up. You douchebag. I'm like, God.
It's
Fred,
like
could you have went any more douchebag than on this song, douchebag?
it's like a cheerleader. I mean,
Yes.
just that type
Fuck
of rhythm.
You,
yeah.
fuck you up. Give me an F. Give me a U. Give me a yeah. Terrible music.
Oh yeah. That's
Terrible
bad.
music. Walking Away, I thought was a solid song.
I really enjoyed this track. You know,
It's serious too, and it's good.
yeah. You know, I'm a little bit, this album is, going back in my notes, I'm a little bit confused about my take on this album. I'm going to give this album another chance because some of it I enjoyed.
Walking Away is good.
Yeah. Maybe
And
I
Loser.
Was,
I like Loser a lot, the next track.
It's a good guitar intro. Maybe this was steering me away from the previous album's vocals that kind of pissed me off and didn't make me feel very good. So maybe at this point, I'm late in the album, kind of getting back into that groove.
But just kind of burn out on the whole journey at that
I think
point.
I was burnt out, and I tend to. It seems like a lot of reviews that I do, by the time I get towards the end of the discography,
You're just wanting out.
I want out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not really fair to the artists. It's not really fair.
Well, it's Limp Bizkit. It's
It's
fine.
Limp Bizkit, but
It's
I
fine.
hate, if I listen to this album, if I take 3 weeks off and listen to some really good music and then come back to this, I might have a different take on this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
All I can really say to that is, yeah. That's all I got.
Where
You
are we
know,
at?
We were on Douchebag. Walking Away, solid. Loser, solid. Auto-tunage, I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's the playful Limp Bizkit. Again, kind of intrigues me when they're playful. You know, Fred Durst is singing it to like, he's like, we got to do this on a track. So the next track, 90-10, he used auto-tune and it was just okay. Track 12, Why Try, I thought just okay.
Yeah.
13, Killer and You, love the guitar.
I did too.
No, and I thought it was an okay song too, but the guitar's really good.
I thought it was too.
Yeah. But my overall thoughts, this is my favorite Limp Bizkit album.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually kind of love this one, and to be honest, going through this discography journey, I did not listen to anything twice. I paid very close attention to everything I listened to, but I didn't listen to much twice. I may have listened to a jam here or there. Almost Over I listened to multiple times from Results May Vary, but I didn't listen to every album over and over. The first 3, I got the gist. I didn't need to listen to them again. They were Limp Bizkit. Results May Vary, I got the gist. They were trying something new. It wasn't completely working. A few songs, I listened to a couple times. Gold Cobra, cannot lie. I cannot lie. I listened to this probably 5 times.
Okay. Wow.
And each time I listened to it, I was a little more happy with it. As that true, I don't know what the fuck I want to listen to, but I've had a long day. I'm kind of stressed.
Sure.
And I just want to cut loose.
Sure.
Golden, so golden, so golden, so golden, y'all. Golden Cobra. It fixed me on my way home from work. I was like in a good mood by the time I got out of the car.
That's what music should do.
From this ridiculous Limp Bizkit album.
Yeah.
So my favorite one, I thought it was the perfect blend of silly and serious, catchy and creative. I said to you once that Limp Bizkit could come back in a huge way if they did it right. Growing from this album and mixing in some Significant Other and Hot Dog and Starfish, combining those with the growth they had on this album, I think would propel them into a new stardom in today's generation.
Okay.
Not saying they've done anything that belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they fit a need for goofy, playful rock rap that this generation is not as familiar with as we are.
Sure.
So, to me, what goes around comes around. You know, rap kind of did a 90s thing and disappeared and came back 2000s. Rock did a 70s thing, 60s,
Sure.
early 70s, then disco interrupted. Then rock came back around in the 90s, 80s, I guess you can call it, but that fuck shit was lame.
It was bad.
Everything seems to come back around.
Sure.
Everything kind of comes full circle.
That might be their next album title.
Maybe.
Sounds like
Maybe. Full Circle Nookie or something, you know? I really think that this group can make bank off this generation.
I think they could too.
I really think
and
they
I
can
think
do it.
Fred knows how to make money. He knows how
I think so too.
I think, well, it's all of them, but I think Fred's leading it. But
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of one other band that I dislike so many tracks, but I still want to go see them
Nickelback.
live. I don't want to see
never
Nickelback.
mind. Never mind. Should let you finish that sentence.
That's all right. That's all right. But I want to see them live.
Me too.
But
Again.
I don't like a lot of their. I don't want to sit down and listen to a lot of their albums.
And they're not going to make us listen to the shit that we absolutely hate. They're going to play the hits.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
they're going to play the hits.
But it was just like seeing that performance was like a party that, you know, I ignored the invitation to. And
Yeah.
I thought, man, I should have.
It's a party.
Yeah, just a good time. Just feel good time.
Just a good time.
Yeah.
That's
And I
kind of
wanted
Limp Bizkit. They're not trying to, they're not getting too deep with you like Tool and Company or, you know,
Yeah.
Brandy Carlisle. That's not what they're about. They're about fucking partying.
Yeah.
It's frat boy. You know, it's in rock form. It's similar to the Beastie Boys' License to Ill.
Sure. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
It's just a good time.
Yeah.
It's a party.
Yeah.
They're going to say some shit that makes you laugh and be like, oh, this caught me off guard. Overall, Limp Bizkit sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of suck. You know, there's no special talents there, but there is brains in the operation and, you know, appealing to people that just want to let loose on their way home from work and pop in some Gold Cobra.
Yeah.
The album cover, too, of Gold Cobra is like three girls that look like they're just drugged the fuck
Oh,
out.
shit.
And then some little creature behind a tree picking his nose.
I couldn't figure it out.
And
but
a
it's
big
just,
fucking snake that looks like it's getting ready to fucking eat all those girls like the song Eat You Alive.
Yeah.
You know, the snake's probably just going to lick their fucking asses and then move about its way, and they're all going to be laying there just drooling like that emoji.
Yeah.
I can't. Again, I can't lie. Gold Cobra is my shit when I don't want to think about anything.
Makes sense.
Put it on, and I think I can honestly say that. My mindless album of the year so far in 2021, mindless guilty pleasure is Gold Cobra.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't say Trace Adkins.
No, that's my fun video time with my wife, watching Trace Adkins, you know, talk about honky tonk badonkadonks. That's just entertainment. The music
Sure.
sucks, but
Sure.
you know, it's entertaining. So this is the Trace Adkins of rock right here, Limp Bizkit. Trace Adkins of rock. And I can't hate him for that. You know, that Fred said some shit early in their career that made him a big douchebag. I hope he's grown from it.
I think he-
Douchebag.
I think-
fuck you up.
I think he has.
I hope so. And I hope they make a return because I think it would just be funny.
I think
I'd
it would
like to
too.
sit back from afar, watch them just fucking skyrocket to new levels of success with the new generation, and me sit back and be like, yeah, I've seen those motherfuckers live.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
But their albums suck. Not total hate on this podcast. For
Not
Limp
total
Bizkit.
hate. Not total hate.
Pretty bad, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's not Nickelback bad.
No, it's not that bad.
It really isn't.
Mm-mm.
So if anybody ever tells you Limp Bizkit's the worst band ever, be like, have you really listened to Nickelback shit?
Yeah.
Because his lyrics are honestly worse than Fred's.
I think so too. I agree.
Fred looks like fucking Edgar Allan Poe compared to that motherfucker. For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, Limp Bizkit, we did it.
I'm glad we did.
Me too. Gold
Yeah.
Cobra's my shit.
Yeah, I'm glad we did.
I want to punch myself for saying it. But Gold Cobra. Love that jam. Love that fucking album.
Good.
Just a lot of fun. It's fucking heavy. Feel like Wes can steer him in the right direction. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
What do you have you got any thoughts as what might be next?
Oh, wow. I haven't even thought
It's
about
getting
that.
tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we could veer Led Zeppelin, we could veer Linkin Park, we could veer.
Led Zeppelin is not mindless music.
Oh God, no!
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Of mindless. You have to be
There's
dedicated.
a million directions we could go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have the answer yet, but maybe we figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get something figured out.
Something. Maybe we do need to focus on something that we assume will be good.
Yeah.
Actually good.
Yeah.
Like ICP. Just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time. Suggest bands, you guys that listen, which the listeners are growing.
Sure.
Suggest bands. I see where some of you motherfuckers are from. We've got a nice little following in Texas.
Okay.
Nice little following in Maine. Fucking weird. We don't seem like crab fishermen to me.
Yeah.
Nice little following in Washington.
Okay.
Not D.C., but the state of Washington. There's folks out there listening. So if you've got a suggestion, a band we should listen to, let us know.
Sure.
We'd be happy to oblige if it's someone that we know we might have a chance at enjoying. So if you come and say Dire Straits, we're going to be like, been there, done that, fuck off. I'd rather listen to Limp Bizkit than Dire Straits.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Sad but
I
true.
would rather listen to Limp Bizkit's worst album than Dire Straits' best album.
Agreed 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw that shit at a zombie. Fucking wing it. We'll see you guys next time. Be a couple weeks here on Stuck in My Generation.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Stuck in My Generation. Again, if you want to suggest bands for us to listen to, send it over to stuckinmygeneration@gmail.com.